Hey, welcome back. Here's part 2.2. So we did run a live video trying to figure some of this stuff out in real time, and ran into a bunch of networking issues. And so we looked at, based off of what they said on the offensive security podcast that they did there, like, hey, here's the type of hardware that you want to run this environment on, an Intel NUC. And based on the specs that we looked at, it was like 3 terabytes of storage with like 60-ish gigabytes of RAM and 12, 16 processors, right? And so we looked at that environment and we started pricing out what kind of hardware we'd be getting with those specs. And this is a little on the extreme side, but this is some of the stuff that we were seeing, and this is way out of the budget that we have for this project. Looking at some of these other ones, getting close, that's like double what we need on storage. And so this one is this is definitely, this should do the trick, right? We got 16 cores, 4 terabytes of storage, 64 gigabytes of RAM. This is it, right? This is the box that we want to get. And it's got RAID, so we got two 2 terabyte drives, so we have some failover or fault tolerance there. This is still out of budget, so we keep scrolling down to see, something more in our price range, or closer to our price range. We found this is 12 cores, 4 terabytes of storage, 64 gigs of RAM. Closer, right? But this wasn't really in the budget that we have for this project. We looked at some of these others and went, you know what if we just ran it in the cloud, right? You can get these sort of resources and you only have to pay by the hour. So if we're using the lab, it's running. If we're not using the lab, it's off and we're paying nothing. We can even save the setup to disk, just kind of have those disks laying around and then clone them and build up new instances for people to use who are part of the project when that time comes. So here's where we're at, right? We started working and building this out in Google Cloud. We ran into a lot of networking issues. I'm working with a really brilliant engineer right now. He's worked with NASA and stuff, and he's gotten us past these hurdles, and now we are at the point where we can actually start building out more of the VMs. We have a firewall. As a matter of fact, let me just switch over and show you. We have our firewall, right? We have the Byzantium instance, and it can ping Google, so it's got internet access. We have the Kali Purple machine set up, right? We were able to get this one configured. And now we're just installing all the bits and pieces of this machine, and then we're going to go through the rest of that list in the documentation. And so if you have experience with Google Cloud Platform and networking, so you know about bridging and layer 2 troubleshooting and layer 3 troubleshooting, and you want to help out, if you can either send us a message or leave a note in the comments, we will give you access to our instance. And when we have the entire thing running, we'll clone an instance for you of the entire environment for you to use, right, for free. If you can help with, us getting over some of these networking hurdles, that would be awesome. For those of you who still want in, if you want more polished versions of these kind of live videos where we're bumbling through the setup, there's a link in the description below. Click on that link, go ahead and sign up. We'll send you the more polished versions of how to set up and configure Kali Purple Linux in the Google Cloud environment for free. You can have those, the shortcuts, the templates, the formulas. You'll be able to get access to all those things. Just click on the link in the description and put in your email and it's yours. We'll make sure we'll send you all that stuff once we're done. For everyone else, just follow along with the ride. Hopefully by the end of next week we'll have a working copy, and who knows, they might even drop the ISO next week. It doesn't really help us, right? But this is how far we've gotten. We were held back by some network problems. We overcame them. We're still running into them. We're looking for help. So if you can, please let us know. We'll give you access to the entire environment once it's done for free. And then if you want access to the instructions to get an environment like this in the Google Cloud Platform, and just for those of you who don't know, if you've never used Google Cloud Platform, when you sign up, you get 90 days and $300 worth of credits to play and learn their technology. So that could go a long way if you're trying to build up this lab and use the different security operations center, the SOC tools, the SOC in a box that this is promised to be. So stay tuned, subscribe and like if this is something of value to you. Leave comments if you got questions or you need us to answer something. But that's where we were, where we're at, what we're looking for. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.